Coming out as openly gay is by far the hardest and best decision I have ever made. Everyone here knows someone who is a part of the LGBT community, whether it's a neighbor, a friend, or a relative. The community has become so large that it's very common to be familiar with people who identify with these sexualities. It has also become so large that Nike has done a Be True campaign, which is one of these shirts that supports LGBT athletes. After hiding my true self for 17 years, I'm going to share the story of how I came out. I'm going to share my life before I came out, the first time I talked about my sexuality, how my life has changed since then, and the response I've gotten since then. I'm going to start with my life before I came out. I can't say I've always known that I was gay because I haven't, but I have thought about it before, and every time I thought about it, I denied it. I just kept suppressing it, saying, no, I'm not gay, I'm not different. They didn't talk about being gay in school, so I never knew to acknowledge my attraction towards the male gender, but I knew I was expected to like girls. In about the 4th grade, that was when kids started to notice I was different and that they started to pick on me. And the boys would be mean to me when I didn't play football or other sports with them, so I started to hang out with girls. And as a result of hanging out with girls, they picked on me more for hanging out with girls. So after I got bullied, I decided that I needed to keep it a secret. So after pondering my sexuality for many years, the first conversation I had was with my best friend Travis on October 15th, 2014. Which is a year ago next Thursday, so yay. But it was a Wednesday, and I was in chemistry class, and I was halfway through my chemistry final. I pulled out my phone, I texted him, I said, I need to tell you something. And I wanted to wait until after school to tell him, but he insisted I told him right then, because he could tell by the way I was talking to him that it was something serious. So I sent him the text, and I said, I'm gay. And he read the text instantly, and I was trying with all my might just not to throw up and not to cry in the middle of my class, because this was the first time I talked about it. I didn't know how to react. So after about 10 minutes, he replied and he said, I still love you and this doesn't change anything. And I was so relieved, and I was still trying so hard not to cry just because I was like, I just feel so much better now that I finally told someone. But I saw him throughout the rest of that day, and we didn't say anything to each other because we did not know what to say to each other. And we knew that in the middle of school was not the appropriate time to discuss the secret that I'd been hiding from him. But I remember talking on the phone with him that night and just crying for hours and hours to him until I felt better. And then after I told him, one by one, I started telling all my close friends, and all of which were accepting and loved me, and it changed the way they talked to me. Next, I decided to tell my family. I started by telling my older sister, Haley, who I've been really close with ever since I've grown up. I started by telling her best friend, Sam, who goes to Iowa State. I told her, and I waited for her to come home one weekend, and I had her come over to my house, and we sat down with my sister, and I broke the news to her, and she was so excited for me that I finally felt comfortable enough to be myself. Next, I told my parents, and there was just one night they were sitting in the living room, and I went in there, and I was just like, Mom, Dad, I'm gay. And they didn't make a big deal about it, and I'm really glad they did, because people don't realize how many times you have to have the same conversation over and over with people, and everyone for some reason wants to cry about it, but I'm not sad about it, you know? So, but my dad was actually probably more mad that I was standing in front of the TV blocking a football game than I was gay, and they said they love me, they were really happy about it and stuff, you know, so they didn't bring any attention to it. Ever since that day, my life has been changed, and I have never been happier. By the time I got through telling everyone that I wanted to tell, rumors had started about me at my school, because the people I told were going around telling other people, but the people I haven't told were like, no, he's straight, why are you starting rumors about him? So they were just going back and forth about it, so I decided, I was like, for clarification, I'm going to post on social media, and the response was ridiculous. I got so many messages from people saying that they loved me and they were so happy for me. Even random people were messaging me and saying they were proud of me, and that I was an inspiration to them for coming out and being who I really am. The next day at school, in the main hallway, people were swarming me, they were hugging me, and everyone was like, I want to see him, because no one at my school was gay or a part of the LGBT community, so this was a new thing, so everyone was really excited about me. They were giving me hugs and congratulating me. I've come a long way since that day in terms of self-acceptance, because just saying I'm gay doesn't mean that I accept that I'm gay, but ever since I've said it for the first time, I have accepted myself so much more. I feel so much comfortable in my skin. I feel very confident in who I am. we all have different things that define us, whether it's your sexuality, your shoes, your hair, or even your laugh. But even though I grew up feeling different, I've never felt more the same.